Hello everyone, and welcome to my Destiny 2 Shadowkeep review. Uh, I'm gonna give two scores on this. One based on someone who's been playing the game, for a while, at least since Forsaken or earlier, and another score for someone brand new coming into the game, especially since they have the free light. I mean, not free light, new light thing where it's free to play and you can install the game and come in and patrol and everything, and not pay anything. Kind of free to play, but I'll get into that. So I'll start off with the good and what's always been good. Graphics always been great in Destiny. Sound always been great. Like the textures, the skybox, the models, the gun models, the character models, the armor. The design of the armor is a different story, but the polish on everything has always been great. Like fucking, dare I say, almost unmatched. And sound wise too, I would say it has some of the best music, some of the best sound effects, satisfying sound effects, like when you pop a Vandal's head or a Cabal's head, or you can tell the enemies apart, like when Shanks are shooting at you compared to a Hive Knight coming at you with a sword. And yeah, you can just, I can hear an enemy and I can tell what enemy's shooting at me without even seeing them. Pretty much most of the time. So yeah, graphics, sound, always been great. And as a new player, you have a lot to do. If you're a new player and you come in and you get all the DLCs, you get Forsaken, which comes with the annual pass, and the base game, I believe you get is free now. I'm not sure about that. But if you get all the DLCs and Shadowkeep, you have a lot to do. There's a lot of quests, there's a lot of missions, the campaigns, exotics to chase for, gear to chase for, weapons to grind for, like titles, triumphs. I really like grinding story methods. There's just a lot. There's a lot to do if you're a new player. If you're an existing player, there's a decent amount. That's of course mainly in Shadowkeep. And Shadowkeep gives you a decent amount of content, and it's still coming out. That's why I didn't want to put a review out day of, because they were saying, that the campaign's going to progress as time goes on, and activities will open up, and things will change as time goes on. It's not just going to be DLC drops and what's in DLC and that's it. And with Festival of the Lost going on right now, and there's just a good amount to do. If you're a new player, there's a shit ton. If you're an existing player, there's a decent amount. A lot of it is kind of fillery and just kind of monotonous quests and bounties and shit like that. Like the campaign for Shadowkeep isn't that long. It's I don't know, 4 hours, 5 hours to really drag it out. Like it's really not that long. There's not that many cutscenes or something. The cutscenes are nice for what they are, but there's just not that many of them. There isn't that much NPC interaction. Like, yeah, every week you go to Eris, you get one of her fire teams. I get basically some memorabilia from one of her fire team members each week, and you grind for it. Do some missions, kill some enemies, whatever. Turn it into her, and she gives you a little bit of lore, tiny bit of dialogue, and then you get a little lore card. Which is nice, but I could have used more dialogue, like Ikora coming in and talking to Eris and hearing them banter, or talk about the problem with the Vex, or something. Or hell, even Zavala stopping by, or Drifter saying something about what's going on, or yeah. And I know paying these actors is a decent amount, you know, to get them to come in and record the voice lines and everything, but man, I feel like we could have used more in the campaign. The campaign's not that many missions long. It's a good part of the campaign is just grinding for armor, and in time, while you're grinding for that armor, it is just hunting nightmares. The nightmares are old bosses: the Fanatic, Gaul, Crota, Omnigul, Skolas. I think there's one other fallen guy, but it's fine. But it's a little nostalgic. You go through some areas, and I guess that's the whole point of the moon, because the moon is a reskin, but a good reskin. Like it is. Actually, I guess I should travel to Swords Keep. Oh, Harbor. Like, they have redone the moon in a good way, with the red keep and changing up how the environment is a bit, adding in lost sectors. I could have used a bit more different events, and they kind of changed that with this, with the event going on in Shadows Harbor now. I mean Shadows Harbor, Swirls Harbor, which is cool. I like this event. It's nice. I was sad that there wasn't really anything like this, but now that it's out, I'm glad this is here. It's fun. And with the Festival of Lost going, it's a nice event, but you know, this is the last week. It's gonna go away, so this is only a temporary thing. But it's still nice. It's still nice to have. So it's cool. There's a lot to do, a lot to grind for, a lot of shit to do, you know. And the moon's nice, always looks great. The music's great. Like there's just so much that could always be said about the graphics and the sound design in Destiny. It's always, and the amount of polish. Like, it's always just, it runs well, it plays well, it looks good, it feels good, it sounds great. Like, it's just always been that game. So getting more deep into it. Also with Shadowkeep, you got the raid, you got the dungeon, the campaign. You get the Vex Offensive, but I'm not sure if the Vex Offensive comes with the campaign or the annual pass, or I'm sorry, season pass. But it is on the moon, so I'm not sure. But you also get that. But I believe they said that's going away at the end of the season, so kind of weird. And I'm not. The Vex Offensive is cool, but it needs better replayability. Like, I feel like the Vex Invasion event that happens on the moon is much better than the Vex Offensive. Because at least the Vex Invasion event, it moves around. There's kind of like, you know, a little secret boss to summon. It's not really a secret, but you have to do something special to summon this boss at the end, which gets you not a pinnacle reward, a powerful reward. I think it's 3 times a week. And Vex Offensive, it's, you know, every time you go through it, it's the same, and it's okay, you know, getting the I don't know what you call it, but getting the relic thing to shoot the laser beam at the crystals. You know, we've done that before since Destiny 1, I'm pretty sure, but it's fine. But it just gets tiring, because it's like, even at the end, the boss takes the same route throughout the last area. It just gets boring after, like, you know, the 5th, 10th time. It's like, alright, I'm kind of could use some change. And the raid's cool, but I don't think this raid is on par with, say, like the Taken King raid. I can't remember what the raid exactly was called. But it's decent, but I just didn't feel like it was that special. Like the enemy, like the bosses you fight and stuff, it just didn't feel that special. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. Fuck a second. But yeah, the raid's fine. Dungeon's cool. Other than, I don't know what else is in Shadowkeep. Oh, the exotics are okay. Leviathan's Breath is okay. Xenophage, from what I've heard and seen, is pretty bad. And I can't even remember what the other exotic is. Oh, I can't remember what the other exotic is. But oh, Divinity, which I haven't gotten because that's part of the raid, and I just haven't been able to do it. But other than that, it's good. It's decent. It's a good DLC. It's not great. It's not bad, but it's good. And that's PvE. That's all PvE. PvP wise, they've made a decent amount of changes. Gambit, I don't think has really changed at all. You know, since the Gambit DLC in the annual pass. But actually, I guess I could show you the PvP right now, right? Yeah. So the changes they made to PvP is, you know, apart from balancing and everything, which I won't get into because that's a whole, you know, different story. But they have the rotating matches now, and they have this this mode up here is always rotating, but right now it's been momentum control for the past 2-3 weeks, and I really like momentum control. It should be a persistent game mode, I think, because it's fun and it's different. It promotes more play with primary weapons. Radar's disabled, and weapons do more damage. It's just a different mode. I like it. It's equated a lot to SWAT from Halo. I just think it's a fun mode. It's a good mode. I just think it should be in the game. Iron Banner still comes around once a month. And this is the best, I would say, the best change. They put it in survival freelance, so you can now queue into competitive in solo, and you'll be for sure be matched up with other solo players. No more parties. You know, you go in as a team of randoms, and then you go up against a stack of 3, and you know, you just get wiped. So freelance is great if you're a PvP person, but you don't have a group. I would say run freelance. You'll get your Lunas. You can get Not Forgotten if you want. I'm not getting Not Forgotten because getting however many kills with the Luna's Howl, I'm not doing that. 300 kills or whatever. But no negative. But yeah, the changes to PvP I think are nice. I would like to see a bit more variety in modes, like bring a... I think it was just called Rift. Which is basically like Capture the Flag, but like modes like that back, you know, bring a mode back with vehicles, bigger maps. But PvP is in a better state than it ever was before, I think, in Destiny 2. Yeah, the meta is always going to be changing. Right now it's less scout rifles, but I don't know, that's Destiny. I feel like that's not really going to change until they separate PvP and PvE balancing and figure all that out. But anyways, but that's PvP. And Vanguard, PvE, the other thing they've changed, no, not tied to Shadowkeep, is they changed the way the Nightfalls work. You could still do the old Nightfall with the card, and you know, kind of customize it however you want, which is nice. I'm glad they still kept that in. But now they have the Ordeal, which has multiple difficulties, and these difficulties change. They don't change the way the strike plays out pretty much, but they change a decent amount. Like the champions add a good amount of variety with figuring out, you know, how to kill certain mobs that spawn and who's using what weapon to kill these dudes or debuff these dudes or whatever. That's a nice little change of the enemies and how they work. A match game really makes you think about what weapons your group is using. That's annoying attrition. So like they have all these modifiers that really changes. I guess it does change the strike, but I mean like the strike doesn't change. Like you don't go to a different area in the strike and fight a boss or anything like that. It's still the same strike, but the way you play through the strike is different. It's cool. It's nice. And also the harder difficulties drop better rewards, which is wonderful. Thank you. Sick. Awesome. I do think there should be a way for PvP people and Gambit people to get these rewards. I don't know, maybe make Gambit Prime harder or something, but there should be a way for PvP and Gambit people to earn these rewards as well. I think. The regular strike playlist is fine. I don't know, I'd say just add in more modifiers and stuff to really, you know, make it a bit different. Throw in the champions as well if you want. But yeah, so as for activities, that's it pretty much. I do also wish they would basically put more activities into rotation, into like the weekly rotation or daily rotation, whatever. Like right now, you can go play old raids for gear, but it'd be cool if, you know, this week they had a powerful tier 3 or pinnacle reward for playing, you know, one of the Leviathan raids or Dreaming City raid or something. That'd be nice. You know, a reason to go play these other things, or like I feel like there should be something more than just the flashpoint. The flashpoint's nice, but even though the reward you get for the flashpoint, which is a powerful tier 1, it's not that great. Like add in some of the rewards there, the enhancement prisms or masterwork cores, or, you know, whatever. I just feel like the Nightfalls are a great example of what rewards should be like and how they should be tied to difficulty throughout everything else in the game. But that's just yeah, Gambit's still pretty much the same. You know, Gambit Prime, Reckoning. I've talked about changes to Crucible. Yeah, the Moon, which is the campaign, Patrol. Oh yeah, the Nightmare Hunts. They're okay. They can get hard when you know, go on to harder difficulties, but I don't know. I just don't find them that great. I would have preferred it if the Nightmare Hunts were kind of factored into, say, the Sorrow's Harbor event, or maybe another event in the Hellmouth where you drop down into the middle and you fight nightmares over and over again, and it's a 6 or, I mean not 6 per activity, like Court of Oryx. Like that would have been cool if, you know, you want to go there and you can just drop down and you matchmake, but you know, just like Court of Oryx or Blindwell, you drop in and it puts you into an instance with a bunch of other people, and you guys are just fighting, you know, these nightmare bosses and ads, and you throw in certain mechanics in there, and, you know, let me fight Fulgoth over again, and it could have been, I feel like it could have been a lot cooler if done that way, instead of you just matchmaking with 2 other people into these hunts where they play through the same, and, I don't know. And yeah, you get some better mods which are specific to the Nightmare Hunts, so that's fine, but I just don't like the Nightmare Hunts that much. They're okay, but I just don't find them that fun. So yeah, a new light, from what I understand, you you can download the game, you can patrol all the areas, but you can't take bounties, or at least in the moon you can't take bounties and stuff. So I'm not sure what exactly you get for the free-to-play version, but don't be mistaken, it's not like you download the game and you can play all the content and do everything. You won't be able to do that, but you'll be able to do a decent amount. I guess a decent amount, an okay amount. It's not decent, an okay amount. You can patrol, you can run around, check out the areas, shoot the guns. You'll be limited in the guns you can get, and I believe you get access to Crucible and Gambit, but you can't take bounties and stuff. I think, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on any of that, but look into that yourself. Into the free-to-play version. But I know it's not full free-to-play. It's like free-to-try kind of thing. Yeah, sorry for my chair. So, that's the moon. PvP. PvE. And Gambit. Gambit's cool. I love Gambit. I do think it could use a bit more variety. Like hell, if you kind of mixed the Haunted Forests with Gambit, and I don't mean you racing each other, but with the way the areas kind of change, I think that would work really well for Gambit if the area changed a bit every match. And I don't mean spawning into a new map. I mean like maybe you add in some mechanics, maybe you don't, maybe it's random. But parts of the floor go out, cover shows up, cover despawns. Like there's things you could do. Maybe hell even make it interactable. Like if there's I don't know, you're fighting a boss in a room and there's some weird chandelier on top of it. You shoot chandelier and it does some extra damage or debuffs him or something. Like I don't know. There's things you could do. But I do think Gambit just needs a bit more variety. Just a bit more variety. But it's still a great mode what it is right now. Gambit and Gambit Prime. I do like Gambit Prime more. It's quicker. The 2 matches I think is too long. But I do like Gambit Prime more. And like I said, Crucible. I like Crucible, but the amount of heavy ammo and special ammo in Crucible throws me off quite a bit. Sorry, that's on my side. It throws me off quite a bit. So what doesn't throw me off? I just don't like it. Like you could go through a whole Crucible match just using your shotgun, or just using your air intel, or like I don't know. I just don't like that. And the fact that they're all one-hit kills, I'm just not a huge fan of that. So momentum is like, to me, the great answer. Yeah, you could use a bit of tweaking, but I love momentum way more than fucking regular Crucible. Way more. So anyways. What else? So, that's most of the good stuff, and I guess some of the bad with the campaign and everything. Like I said with the campaign, I'm not a fan of the campaign. It didn't really do much. You learned a bit. No new enemy. Nothing really happened in the cutscenes. Like, campaign was short. It was okay, but it wasn't that special. It just wasn't special. The Forsaken campaign was much better to me. It was much more special. This one just was kind of a letdown, and it's still not doing anything for me. The Haunted Forest event is okay. It's pretty much the same as it was last year. But it's fine. I like it. I could have used a bit more change in the Haunted Forest. Yeah, I just feel like I could have used a bit more change. I just feel like I could have used it. Like adding in champions, doing something. I played it quite a bit. I don't think there aren't any champions. It's still just a one night chasing you around. It's a fun mode, but They could have changed some shit up a bit. But anyways, it's it's just for an event, and that's cool. The mask you get, there's a lot of masks which I like, but they said I'm pretty sure they said they're removing the mask, like they're gonna become zero light, so you can't really use them in gameplay, and that kind of that sucks to me. I don't see why you can't just let people keep it. Uh, yeah, like I really don't see why. And I'm not sure if you can even get other masks to drop so you get different stats. I'm not even sure about that. But yeah, I think the mask should definitely stay. Like they're infusible, just let them stay. Even if you want to let them stay as the same stats, fine. Just tell people that so I can buy 3 masks for 3 different elements on each of my characters and keep it. So I can be an idiot and run around with a pumpkin head mask. Like, it's not harming anyone. It's no big deal. And yeah, that's all I can really say about the Haunted Forest. There's nothing else. You earn candy and chocolate coins while you're wearing the mask to go to Eva to buy some stuff. I mean, well, you get the auto rifle, which is the Baytech Werewolf. You get the curated version, which is this, and then once you get this, you can just start getting the regular version, random roll of the regular version, which is fine. It's an okay auto rifle. It's good for what it is, decent, but it's not replacing like the Recluse or anything. And you can get a random mystery bag, which gives you like a random blue or purple. And I think I've gotten a Masterwork core out of it. I can't remember for sure. I got something else out of it. I don't know if I got mods out of it. But anyways, that's that. So the other big change that has been done is the armor system, because they put in what they call Armor 2.0, and they've redone the way mods work and perks work on the armor. So now there's no more perks, it's all mods, which I like. I like the whole system of just slotting in your mods to your gear to making it however you want, and adding in the ornaments so you can make gear look however you want. I do think they should add all gear as ornaments. Yeah, and maybe keep like make all gear ornaments, but if you want like the raid gear, you can only order the raid ornaments in the raid. You know what I mean, or like something like that. But I like the system. What I'm not a fan of is how expensive it is to start leveling up your gear. Enhancement cores aren't a problem. It's the oh my god, I don't even use them that much because I can't remember what they're called, and I'm not in the tower. Uh, Pretty sure they're called enhancement prisms and ascendant shards. Yeah, ascendant shards, or people are calling them online golf balls. Yeah, enhancement prisms. So these cost a lot, and upgrade modules aren't that bad, but still a decent amount if you really got to start using them. But I think that's fine. Like to get to get upgrade modules and buy them and stuff, I think that's fine. You can get them pretty easily. Same thing with Masterwork cores. Enhancement cores. I think it's okay. I think that's fine too. Yeah, the Ascendant shards, man, those are kind of hard to come by, and these are kind of hard to come by, unless you're farming the Nightfalls. And if you're not farming the Nightfalls, then shit. Oh, why did I delete that? Oh shit. Oh well. Whatever. I should have deleted all these before the DLC came out. Anyways, so I like the armor system. What I don't like is that mods have an element tied to them. So like bow reloader, this has an arc energy. It's tied to arc energy, arc charge, whatever. So this could only be slotted into an arm piece that has arc, or has arc resistance, whatever. So if I want to use the Dreambane grips, and my Dreambane grips has high stats, it has the stats I want, but it's void, and I want to use a bow, oops, I can't slot in bow reloader. They have these, but like these cost more energy, so that kind of limits you. And yeah, I know they have this for the artifact, but the artifact's gonna go away, so I don't even know if this will stay in the artifact or what. And so it's just a hassle that doesn't need to be there. Maybe there's a limit on how many mods they can display. I don't know, but or maybe give us a way to change the element, or just remove the element on the armor itself, or something. But I just don't like that certain mods are tied to certain elements. It's just restrictive for no reason. I still can't apply whatever I want because certain things cost a certain amount of energy. So yeah, I just feel like that's that's restrictive for no reason. And the other thing is the seasonal artifact. I like it. I like leveling it up. I like unlocking the mods and stuff. I don't understand why I can't just unlock all the mods. The artifact's going away, and I can still use the other mods. I just have to reset the artifact and pick them. So I don't know why there's a limit on you only being allowed to get 12 mods, even if you've leveled it up way past 12. So I don't know. I just feel like they should just let you unlock all the mods. Like, fine, yeah, let me unlock it in a certain way and have to put one here to unlock this row and then two here to unlock this row and whatever. Fine, but then after that, if I keep leveling it up, just let me unlock all the mods. I don't see the issue. I don't see how that would break the game or anything. So the mod system is nice, but it's also not fully there. But it's still good. It's still a big improvement, I'd say. And the stat distribution now, I'd say, is better. You're chasing stats more frequently now. You're looking at gear for the stats, not just for the 2 perks. Because now you're chasing gear for the stats and you're chasing the mods, which I like that they've given you a place to look at the mods and see where they drop. Like I have precision and scatter projectile targeting, so that doesn't make sense. So I like that it shows you where it drops as well. But I don't know. I feel like it's kind of limited in the weapon side, because let's say you're playing an activity and you need overload rounds and you need unstoppable rounds. Cool. You can only use unstoppable rounds in a hand cannon or an auto rifle. Oh no, it's not even an auto rifle. Oh no, it's only hand cannon. That's right, anti-barrier's auto rifle. So you can only use unstoppable rounds in a hand cannon. Can't use it in a scout, can't use it in a pulse, can't use it in a sidearm, sniper, fusion. You get the idea. Grenade launcher. And the other thing is exotics now are kind of like you kind of can't. They're kind of restricted now. Like you can't use them in some content because they just don't have a mod slot. And they don't have to have a mod slot where you put in anything. It could just be tied to the Gate Lord. I hate saying the Gate Lord because it makes me kind of sound like I'm saying Gaylord. But okay, I'll say the Lord Die, the Lord Die artifact. Yeah, you can't put a mod on the exotic weapon, so you're kind of restricted in using whatever legendary they dictate you to use through the Lord Die artifact. Which I guess is okay. I guess is fine, but I don't necessarily like that. I don't like being restricted to having to use whatever weapon in some of the high tier content. I want to be able to use whatever I want, with whatever build I want. If it doesn't work, fine, but let me, figure out if it doesn't work. At least let me try it out. At least let it work in some fashion. But anyways, I just feel like there's still some restrictions in the mods that doesn't make it great. But it's still a good system, and it could be a great system. Now, I've mostly said good things about Destiny, and yes, Destiny is a great game. It's fun to play, looks great, sounds great, like I said. Uh, the gameplay has always been pretty phenomenal. Like it plays well. It's a little slow. Now I feel like that slowness would be fixed um, if it got up to 60 frames, and I feel like they could sacrifice a bit of graphical fidelity to get 60 frames. But yeah, 30 frames, the game just feels kind of slow, especially when you see PC. Man, console just looks slow. It just looks so slow, and it feels slow after you played it on PC. So yeah, maybe speed needs to increase a bit. Maybe it's just frame rate. But apart from that, the game to me plays very well. Graphics always great. I wish these, loading screens kind of changed a bit. But, whatever. Just little things. That's the only thing you can really fault Destiny for is you can just nitpick at little shit. But it's one thing I can harp on Destiny hard for, and that is because of this. The Eververse store. Now look, I know Destiny has said they've gone free to play. It ain't actually free to play. You can try the game out, you can run around patrolling shit, try out the modes, whatever. Some of the modes, but you ain't doing everything. And definitely being restricted in a lot of shit. So, but okay, yeah, you let people spawn and patrol and everything. Fine. But I've bought Forsaken, the base game, Forsaken, the annual pass, and fucking Shadowkeep. And you guys can see it here right now. Oh, load. I have 21,000 kills on this fighting line. And you're telling me I can't get a single ornament for this fucking weapon? No quest. No requirements to like, hey, if you do get these many kills, then you can unlock this ornament. No nothing. No nothing. Just say come buy it. And like to buy it, man, it's not like it's like $2. Man, it's this shit's expensive in the Eververse, man. What the And the other thing is,
welcome, Guardian.
Even if you want to buy shit with Bright Dust, like, man, I played this game pretty fucking religiously, and I just now have enough Bright Dust to buy the damn Sparrow. And if I buy this thing, oh my god, who knows when I'm gonna see another fucking 6k Bright Dust. Sorry, I had to buy the mask because I thought we'd keep the mask. Nope, we're not keeping the mask, so that was a waste. I'm just like, man, they've just nerfed your ability to get Bright Dust. They've
come see me again, Guardian.
Like you break shit down, all the cosmetics down, you don't get Bright Dust no more. The Eververse bounties are gone. The bounty notes or whatever, that's all gone. The prismatic matrix thing, that's gone. Shit's expensive. Like it's like you don't get a discount or anything if you have Shadowkeep. There's no way to earn shit. There's no way for me to go and earn ornaments in here for completing triumphs or getting a certain amount of kills or doing a certain quest or whatever. And like I don't get that. If I have Shadowkeep, man, if I paid for fucking Shadowkeep, I should be able to earn at least half the shit by just playing the game. like the skeletal armor that's specific to the event. 6,000 bright dust per character. 18,000 bright dust. That's what you're talking. 6, 12, 18. 18,000 bright dust if want to get all three sets. You know, Hunter, Warlock, Titan. That's a lot of fucking bright dust, man. Like, it's too much. Like, I'd love to get this ornament. And I can't get it because I bought Shadowkeep. I mean, I can get it, I just gotta pony up again. And I know things get rotated into, you know, the free Bright Dust store, but again, it's hard to get fucking Bright Dust. It ain't easy to come by. I run 3 characters and it's still, you know, kind of fucking hard to come by Bright Dust to buy all this shit. I play this game a lot. Man, this whole thing right here, man, this whole ever store, this, wow. They put in the finisher, which I think they gave it to me in the season pass or whatever when you level up.
Thanks for shopping Eververse, Guardian.
Today, I don't remember where I got it because I got it so early and then I never got another finisher again. Yeah, here, level 10. Never got another finisher again, but they're selling them in the store. And then like the free track on the like, oh man, they couldn't even give you a cache of resources. Look at that. Not even one cache of resources. But anyways, that's fine. Whatever. Free track. With paid track 2, I'm leveling up, and every, what is it, 3 or 5 levels or something, I get 1 nostalgic engram, which only gives me shit from year 2. What, like, what? I'm level 135.
No word from Fenchurch today. He must have found
I think I play this game enough to warrant getting a fucking ornament.
Welcome to Eververse.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I just hate the Eververse. I hate the Eververse.
Come see me again.
I just hate it.
Looking for anything?
All the cool shit is in the Eververse. You gotta pay for it. Even if you bought Shadowkeep. I don't know, man. And Bright Dust, man, Bright Dust is hard to come by. So they need to fix that. They really need to fix that. Because a lot of things I feel like that can be in the raid, that can be in Nightfalls, you know, Shrek specific loot, all this shit. It's just in that stupid little fucking store right here. There's nowhere else in the game. It's all just right here, behind this damn counter. Everything.
No word from
It's all right here.
Today. He must have found something interesting.
It's all here.
Church, there's a lot of fantastic.
This is what you come to Disney for, right here.
I tend to believe him.
What it's seeming like. You play all your shit to get Bright Dust or whatever, and you come right back here. I don't know, I feel like you're kind of losing your way in terms of how you earn cosmetics and gear and stuff like that. The armor system's nice, but the ornament system is better, but again, more restrictions for no reason, and I don't see why. Even if only Shadowkeep owners can earn this stuff, fine. They bought Shadowkeep. Incentivizes more people to buy Shadowkeep, to play with their friends, to earn shit. Anyways.
Thank you for shopping at Eververse.
And activity-wise, I feel it, like I said, factoring the raids, but also like Menagerie, Gambit Prime, like they could have just factored those things in more into the rotation of activities to make them more worthwhile and have people keep going back and playing them. I also think Menagerie is the best 6-player activity they've made. I think it's fun, it's different, it's unique, it's replayable.
What is it?
You know, the way the chalice works of getting certain oh yeah, it isn't the class, of getting certain gear or armor or weapons or whatever. You can choose the runes. Um, I can choose the runes to, kind of figure out what specific weapon you want to get and the masterwork and like menagerie and the chalice. I think is probably the best activity in the game in terms of rewards, in terms of how it plays, in terms of how replayable it is. Like, I think menagerie is just sick. It just hands down. I think menagerie is great. Um, but yeah, I do wish the season pass had more after you reach level 100. I do wish PvP and Gambit had a way to grind for exotics and enhancement prisms and the ascendant shards. Uh, the restrictions on mods isn't warranted. Like, I don't know why that's there. The Gate Lord mods, we should be able to unlock them all. Exotic weapons now are kind of being left behind because you can't slot in mods. Eververse is trash. Prime engrams, once you hit 950 or whatever the cap is, they're worthless. It would be nice if a prime engram could turn into, have a chance of giving you a an ascendant shard or prism, or even maybe whatever gear or weapon it drops, that item is masterworked to guarantee a high stat roll. Like, I don't know, I just feel like the rewards need to be a bit bumped up compared to the Nightfalls. That's all. And do a small pass on weapons. I think weapons are in a pretty good place. I know the meta's a little fucked with, scouts and recluse dominating everything, but recluse is really good. No, actually, yeah, it is really good. Like, really good. But more so in PvE than PvP. It's really good in PvP, but like, you use a shotgun, you can shut down a recluse pretty decently. And recluse ain't killing you from good range, from like scout rifle range or pulse range or anything. So recluse is good, but it's not that good in PvP where it's like the fucking Jotun or something. Sorry, but I have the Jotun. I love the Jotun, and I also hate the Jotun. But anyways, that's every weapon. That's OP. But yeah. Apart from the balancing, I think weapons are still in a pretty good place. Like, buff auto rifles a bit more. Maybe sidearms a bit more. Hand cannons. Maybe a fucking tiny bit. For the most part, I think weapons are okay. And with momentum control, I think PvP can be in a good area, like where everyone is happy. So as a whole, right now, I think the game is in a better place. I think it's a good game. If you've been playing the game, I'd give it a 7.5. If you're a brand new player, I'd give it an 8.5. Eververse is holding it back a lot. And these little things adding up, the mods, the ornament system, the Gate Lord. Oh, God. The design of some armor. Some of the mission structure, like some of like how to grind for some things is kind of nuts. Like not Luna's, Not Forgotten, but that's a pinnacle weapon. I can accept that shit. But some things just get monotonous, like the campaign. You don't get this game for the campaign. You get this game to play with friends. But if you want a game to play with friends, you want a lot to do. You want to shoot the shit. You want to shoot aliens and whatever. This game is perfect for that. It's polished. It's fun. It plays well. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to get. A lot of grind for. There's a lot of activities to do. Multiple players. You can do shit solo. There's 3-player activities. There's 4-player activities with Gambit and Crucible and shit. Actually, is there a 4-player Crucible map? I don't know. But there's 3-player Crucible and there's 6-player Crucible at least. Gambit's 4 players, Reckoning is 4 players, Menagerie is 6 players, Raids are 6 players, and then you have the whole patrols and you know that whole system and all the activities within patrol. So like there's a lot to do. There's just a lot to do and a lot to chase for and a lot to grind for. There's a lot of shit in the game. And I don't really think they have a problem with content. I think they have enough content. What I think they need to do is make more things replayable. Factor in more things into the weekly rotation. Make old weapons drop with random rolls. Like make armor more worthy of getting. Like hey, if I go and grind Mars this week, it guarantees high stat rolls on all armor. All armor is 55 plus. You know what I mean? Like that would make me go and grind Mars. Oh yeah, the factions. I don't know what's going on with factions. Not these factions like how it's shown here, but Dead Orbit and New Monarchy and stuff. I don't know what's going on with that, but bring those back. Like those were nice. But anyways. But
Any questions, dear?
yeah.
My life has changed so much lately.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm glad Guardians are back in it.
I just feel like the mod system and it just needs some tweaking. It just needs a bit of tweaking. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, 7.5 if you're an existing player, 8.5 if you're a new player. I would still say the game is worth getting, especially if you have friends, and you know, this is, I would say, one of the best games to make friends, because there's a shit ton of people always playing this game. Yeah, it's I don't know, man, just still isn't a game doing Destiny better than Destiny, you know, if you know what I'm saying. Anthem did follow through, Division did follow through, Warframe is its own beast. You know, it's still, Destiny's still the best there is at doing what it does. It still has its faults, but it's still, I would say, a great game. Even though I hate the Eververse and shit, and I still hate some of the things they do, but it is still a very good game at the very least. And so I gotta give credit where it's due. So yeah, that's my Destiny 2 Shadowkeep review. Like I said, I like most of the content. I just think it needs to be more replayable. The Nightfalls are a great example. But yeah, I'm still gonna be playing Shadowkeep. I'm still gonna be playing Destiny. We'll see how the next version of the Vex Offensive event is with Ikora building her portal. We'll see how that changes things and what that does. But yeah, campaign was a letdown, but everything else is good and doing good and could be better. But yeah, it's in a good place. So that's why I gotta give it a 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. As a new player, 8.5. If you haven't experienced the Red War, Curse of Osiris, Warmind, Forsaken, the Gambit DLC, Black Armory, well, there's nothing to experience Black Armory. It's just an activity. And Menagerie, which is really cool. You got a lot to do as a new player. There's a lot to do. Like it's worth, you know, whatever full price is right now. As an existing player, you get your money's worth in time played, but
it's good to see.
A lot of it isn't that memorable or special, I guess. Is the only way I can put it. But that's Destiny 2, Shadowkeep. I'll have an update out at some point. I still wish NPCs would come out and do something with you like the first mission in the campaign. But in the Shadowkeep campaign, where you have the Shax's robots helping you out, but
Absent your efforts,
I don't know. I guess that's too
this
hard
crisis
to
would have
implement.
consumed us.
But anyways,
Here in the
oh,
Ornament and the heresy.
and the UI and stuff I like. Uh, I don't think the quests and bounty page should be shared. So the total amount you can hold is shared between the two. Not a fan of that. But I do like how this is much better. Like how it's laid out and everything. Thank you for showing me where to get mods and where everything drops and stuff. Much appreciated.
Tell me
Same
you
with
have
exotics and all that. I do like the titles and the triumphs and stuff.
each new day is a victory.
I do wish they would show
Hive
more
activity
stats
is
on the
still
weapons,
spiking
like the aim assist and
reinforcements.
um, the recoil direction, the aim assist, like stuff like that. I wish they would just show in the game. You can just install the app and see it. So I don't know why not just show it in the game already. It doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah, that's my
Much to
take
be
on
done and little time to do it.
everything Shadowkeep.
Pyramid must
Season
be
pass is alright. Could use a bit more in it though. Uh, yeah, just the rewards. The rewards and how they're tied to Eververse and stuff. That's really holding the game back a lot. Apart from the little issues with the mod system and stuff, I feel like that's a major issue. But that's it. 7.5 existing player, 8.5 new player.
put their foul words
I guess
out
that's a good way to end it with a random hunter
We've
jumping around.
surmounted
Because
every
that's
challenge.
all they're good for in
Darkness
Destiny 2 right now.
difference.
All the hunter's good for right now. Just jumping around. And yeah, I guess Tether. Tether's nice, but anything other than Tether, trash. Melee, trash. Grenade, trash. Oh my god. Anyways. Peace out, everyone. Peace out.